Good morning. Welcome to day 95 of the 5 a.m. Squat Club, your pre-made follow-along morning routine for busy dads, entrepreneurs, and anybody who wants more out of their life. This is how you make progress. We carve out our time in the morning, we make progress every day, and build the lives that we're proud of. Join us. If you haven't been here before, I'm Adam, and I've been coaching health and fitness for 25 years, and this is the routine that is taking me to the next level. So we've got 5 steps here this morning. We're going to get right into it. We're going to prime our minds. We'll wake up the body with a general warm-up. We'll get some intensity today. What we're looking at is some power cleans and burpees. And then we're going to clear our minds so that we can make progress on our most important work. Step 1, if the hips are a little tight, grab yourself a counterbalance, because what we're going to do is put the feet down in a comfortable stance. And then we're going to come down in what we call our paleo chair, paleo squat, passive squat position, where we're just sitting down kind of naturally. So what we're going to do in this position is prime our mind. We're setting our thoughts and our intentions for the day so that we can be intentional about what goes in our mind and where we go. So I am responsible, and this applies to entrepreneurs so much, because you don't have somebody telling you what to do. You don't have a boss. You don't have a 9 to 5. You're responsible for your life. If you're going to be successful, it's going to be up to you. And the same thing applies to anything else in life that's not bossed, right? So if I make the choices and I realize that my choices lead to my outcomes, I'm responsible for my life. I will make time between stimulus and response. Patience, making sure that the response that I give to people is calculated and the one that I would be proud of, as opposed to a reactive response. I have all I need to succeed today and will focus on progress over perfection. That's kind of the point of this program, is that we're here every day, taking a step, getting better a little bit every day, 1%, so that at the end of a year, you're 38 times better. Next year, that compounds, and we're just getting better and better. I don't care about that end goal. I just want to make progress. And then the last one is I choose gratitude. And I think that's just a bit of happiness, making sure that you're seeing that there are positive things in your life, as opposed to just seeing all the things that need work or that are challenging or that are quote unquote. So I repeat these things in the mornings, throughout the day, and they're changing my mental defaults. I am responsible. I will make time between stimulus and response. I have all I need to succeed today, and will focus on progress over perfection. And I choose gratitude. Okay, primed. Let's get it. So we're going to get step 2. It's just a warm up. Let's get the blood flowing. There's a warm up coming up on the screen here. Follow along with it, or feel free to jump into your own warm up on a machine, or whatever you like to do to get the blood flowing, which what you're seeing here. I'm going to warm up the anterior chain here, a little bit, hip flexors with some knee raises. And then the back of the body, I'm going to get some good mornings to warm up the posterior chain there. Then I'll get into just some walking, some alternating lunges, get the blood flowing in the legs a little bit, followed by some burpees. I'm just going to slowly get myself down, and then slowly help myself up. And as I warm up, I might speed that up. And then some squats. So there are some numbers on the screen there, but don't worry about keeping that 100% consistent. I just want to be warm before we start moving with intensity. So follow along, and let's get ready for some intensity today. And I'll chat about maybe me and how I think about entrepreneurship. And even if you're not an entrepreneur, this is valuable, because we have time that is our own. Even if you have a job, you've got quote unquote free time. And in this time that we live, that free time is so in demand or preyed upon. I don't know what the right term is, but there are so many things that will grab and steal that time. That's the way to put it. And if you're not intentional, you can waste it. You can look back and say, I had things that I wanted to get done in that time and I did not, if you don't plan it out. And I am, it's been a long time personally since I've, call it, had a boss, had a job that I worked for someone, and part of that is because I don't do well in that situation. I am very, call it, opinionated. I like to try things my own way, and I like to be responsible for my own success and my failures. So I've always, run my own business or had my own job basically. And I know that that's not everybody. And, some people don't like that idea at all. And we don't need to get into that today. But what I've learned is that because I don't have a set schedule, although sometimes, I'll set myself a schedule at the gym or whatever, but because I don't have a schedule that's enforced by external factors, whatever, I have to make my own schedule and I have to plan my own life. And if I'm going to make progress, it's got to be because I've set it up for that. So that's the point of this program here. Not that this is going to do everything for you, but it's going to create a routine. It's going to get you in the habit of carving out time for different things. And then with the homework component at the end of every session, even if you've got the rest of your day disorganized or it's been loaded with other, call it, non-productive tasks, meetings, or whatever, you ensure, if you're doing this, that you've made progress in the morning. And if you're an entrepreneur and you're not just, building a side hustle or doing this as extra, your homework time at the end of the session may not be an hour, it may be 4. So that, by 10 o'clock in the morning, we finish this around 5, maybe 9 o'clock. You do your 3 or 4 hours to build your business or your dream life, whatever it is. And then you've got your day. So even if the rest of the day is completely disorganized and you don't make any progress on your goals, you've carved out that time in the morning when your mind is most clear, especially after exercise. We've got the blood flowing and the brain is working well. It's not the only time to get work done and make progress. But the point is, it's carved out, it's set. It's the first thing that nothing can get in the way of. And that's the key, because if you're going to make progress, if you're going to make a new life, it's going to require consistency. It's going to require long-term work. So when you carve it out, you do it every day, you make it consistent, you make progress without worrying too much about it, without working too hard. All right, I'm feeling generally warm here. Let's talk about today's workout. So the format is the same as usual. We're going to have 2 movements. We're going to alternate back and forth for 10 minutes. Our 2 movements are going to be, number 1 is going to be a burpee. Number 2 is going to be some sort of power clean, but we'll talk about that. Don't worry. Movement number 1, I want to get myself down to the floor, get myself up. The purpose of the burpee is just to build capacity for getting up off the floor. So I'm going to lay myself down, get myself back up. If that is extremely challenging, right? If you cannot get up off the floor, first of all, do it, practice. This is crucial. But if not yet, and you're committing to keep on working it, what you can do is elevate your floor. So I'm going to just use this as an example, but you can use a bench or a bed or anything that's higher than the floor. Lay yourself down, release your weight there. Get yourself back up. Any example of getting down, getting up, that's the goal, right? If you fall down or if you happen to lay down, can you get back up? Build that capacity. So burpee number 1. Movement number 2 is going to be a power clean. I'll give you a demo with a couple different movements. Don't worry if you don't have a heavy barbell or you're new to this or the technique is new. I've got options. So option number one, you got a stick. You're going to lean over. You know what? We're going to bring them below the knee. So we're going to go below the knee. You're going to stand a little bit and then jump the stick to the shoulder, receiving in what we call the front rack position. So it can be done with the stick. It can be done with the barbell. Go down below the knee, stand, jump, catch. Can be done with a dumbbell or 2 dumbbells, I guess. But I'll show the demo with 1. Bring it to the floor, close to the floor, stand a little bit. Once you cross the knees, jump, catch it, support it on the body, and then reset. Jump, catch on the shoulder. Try not to let the dumbbell get too far out in front. Try to go straight up to the shoulder. So 2 movements. Let's take a minute to get your gear set up, get your space set. If you have water, get that ready. And what I would do is, especially if you're going to put some weight on this, get some warm-up reps, right? Find an in-between load that you can take a step towards your workout weight with before going directly there. And then if you're not doing that and you're done with all that stuff, maybe you could think about liking the video, subscribing to the channel. The barbell's going to bang into this mic, but I'm going to get something heavy on here and keep the reps low. You don't need to do that. You can go heavy, you can go light. I just feel like I haven't done anything heavy in a little bit. So change it up. This might be too much. So the reps will be low on this one for me. Get higher on the burpees. I assume this will be very high intensity. The burpees are going to get us. Let's try this out. Wow. Yeah, okay, that's going to be rough. Okay, I think I'm ready though. So if you got your gear, if you got everything set up, it's time. You can roll away. If you haven't subscribed, liked, please do so. Share this with somebody who would benefit. Oh, this is going to jack me up. All right, so we're going alternating minutes for 10 minutes. Burpees first, power clean second. I'm going to maybe aim for 8 to 10 burpees in the first minute and then maybe ramp up. And the cleans are going to be low, maybe 3 or 4, and then see if I can ramp up to 5 or 6. Try not to work for more than 30 seconds per minute. Every day doesn't need to be perfect, right? If one day is harder than another, that's okay. We're here every day. So if you're ready, it's time. 3, 2, 1, let's get it. There's 8. Go with that first round. Okay. What's a good start? 3. Man, that's rough. See if we can get more into it. That's great. 3. Ouch. 9. 10. 4. Oh. Oh. This is making up for the last couple days that weren't super intense. Getting chalky. 5. 10. 10. 5. 3 down, 2 to go. Like we missed this intensity the last few days. 10. 5. 2. 10 again. 5. Oh. 2 more. 1 more burpee. 1 more set cleans. Oh, wow. Last set burpees. Keep going. All right, 1 more set of barbell parts.
Wait a minute.
Good job. Take a minute, catch your breath, walk around, get some more. All right. So what we'll do here is we'll do our cool down in our paleo chair. So we're just gonna same again, feet underneath the hips, grab your counterbalance if you need, and just come on down. And we'll catch our breath here. And we'll talk about how busy life can be. You know, whether you're an entrepreneur or a dad, or just someone who's busy but has goals, who's driven and, you know, wants to make sure that they can get there. The way to do it is to be intentional, is to carve it out. You know, time will not come to you. You will never find time. It will never be the right time to take that next step, to become a different person, to really do something meaningful. If that's important, it needs to be carved out. You know, this may sound repetitive, but I'm telling myself, I'm reminding myself over and over again, so that that's my default. And I believe it more and more every morning when I do it, because I get all this done. And then my family wakes up and we start our day. So if nothing else happens during the day that is en route to this particular goal, it's okay. It's not a lost day. It's not a failed day. I don't feel resentful. I don't feel bitter, because I've carved it out and I've made progress. So if you're an entrepreneur, you know, you need to organize your life. You need to have your shit together, because you know, no one's forcing you. No one's on you. You need to be self-accountable. And this is a cheat code. That is really sweaty. This is the free cheat code for you to make sure that you get there. You don't even need to plan it out. You don't even need to be organized. All you need to do is wake up early to join us. So on that note, we're warm Jeez, I'm just dripping. And our minds are now primed. So this is the perfect time to sit down and make that progress. And we remind every day, this is part of this 5 a.m. squat club, that now it's time to go do my homework. And if you're not an entrepreneur, you're just a busy person, you may not know what that goal is. You may need to use this time today to sit down and focus and figure out, where do I want to be in 5-10 years? And what are the steps that I need to accomplish today and tomorrow and the day after to ensure that I get there? Once you have the steps, plug and play. We're going to be here every morning. You just prime your mind, prime your body with us, clear the mind, and then go do your work. And then lather, rinse, repeat. Show up tomorrow. Let's do it again. And you will see that those wins will stack until you cannot recognize your life. On that note, I love you guys. If you haven't liked, subscribed, but most importantly, shared this with someone who will benefit. What I would suggest is do one with them. Follow along one day with someone you love, someone who will benefit. Get them going, right? Be their accountability buddy for a day. Explain it to them. Let's do this together. Let's make progress. Once again, I love you guys. See you tomorrow morning. I think it's just going to get darker and darker every day now. Crazy. Summer flew by. There it is. The sun will come up. Have yourselves a fantastic day. Let's go.